Please stand for the pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening. Today is August 17th. This is the Environmental Conservation Board. We have an agenda that we're going to follow. And the first item is John Migliciano for 176 Westlake Boulevard, replace retaining wall. Could you please state your name and
My
who
name
you
is John
represent?
Migliaccio, 176 Westlake Boulevard, Mahopac, New York.
How you doing today?
Good,
All right?
thank you. Good. Yourself?
So I understand you had a wall that collapsed on your lake property.
Was rotted, yes.
It was wood.
Old railroad ties.
Okay. And it collapsed and you took it
Down.
down?
Yes,
And did you secure the area, you just put a silt fence up to prevent
Yes.
erosion going in? So what are you looking to do? Could you explain
I would
to
just
us?
like to replace what was there with Unilock.
All right, are you putting so here's my are you putting, for the unilock, so what I'm looking to, I kind of need a procedure. You're gonna are you gonna put a footing down for
Yes.
the
Yes.
concrete footing?
Yes.
And that concrete footing is gonna be, how are you gonna excavate for that concrete footing?
It's all done by hand. It's impossible to get any machinery there.
Okay, and then how are you gonna pour the concrete, hand mix?
Hand mix.
All work to be completed by hand, there's a note here.
Yeah, I see that, but I need to know.
Confirm, right?
And how high are you going with the wall?
4 feet.
Okay. All right, so some of this information, Mr. how do you pronounce your last name?
Migliaccio.
Migliaccio. You're gonna just need to give me one more letter after tonight, so we're just gonna say, so I just need to see some details on the construction of the wall. I know you have all workers to complete it by hand. I just need to see, you showed us a length of 130
Okay.
feet, I believe it is. I need to see the height, what you're planning to do. Are you gonna back it with stone behind it and have weep hole? I mean, these are just
Okay.
some of the things we
So you want
kinda
a
have
job
to
description?
see. What?
A job description?
Yes, a job
Okay.
description, okay?
Okay.
I would also, you don't need a boom, you already have the silt fence. I just need to have a little bit more detail on.
The construction.
The construction.
Okay.
All right, that you're gonna pour I don't know, 12-inch foundation or whatever you're gonna do, and then the unilock is gonna be set on that. You're gonna back it with, I guess, stone
Gravel
for
and stone,
drainage,
stone
because you
dust.
don't want it to kick out. You put some weep holes in it. Just show us what
Okay.
you wanna do here, because, because you could be building, the Eiffel Tower for,
Okay.
the Leaning Tower of Pisa, So I just wanna get some indication. Yes.
Are you physically doing the work yourself?
I'm doing partially, yes. Yes, not the whole thing. Those days are gone.
I hear you. All right, so this is just for replace the retaining wall. Okay, so the other thing is, on this survey you have here, is on here from the water, you need to show us where the 100-foot buffer is, okay? Show us the 100-foot buffer. It's basically just draw a dashed line across, put 100 feet to where you marked your point.
That's gonna be well beyond the retaining wall.
I understand
Okay,
that, but I
okay.
have to see, but the way we look at our applications is, you're not in the water, but you're in the buffer. So I
Okay.
just want to make sure that you know where the buffer is,
100 feet.
the 100 feet
Okay.
from the furthest point out from your property, from the lake. Okay, so from the
Okay.
edge of the lake, 100 feet, show it on the drawing, 100 feet, okay?
Okay.
you're gonna maintain this, did you have the wetlands inspector inspect your fence, or you just put it up?
I'm sorry?
Did the wetlands inspector inspect your
No.
silk fence?
No.
Okay, so I'm just gonna make that as a condition, just to have wetland inspector check fence. All right, anybody else have anything?
When was the silk fence installed?
The day after I left here, 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is this, so we can get you going, because summer's coming to an end, so what I'd like to do is I'd like to accept, if it's okay with the board, because of the urgent nature of this application, I would like to accept the application as is, and that by Monday, can you get in the following items? So.
Yes.
I'm looking for details of the construction wall, the job description of it, even a side view of it. Show on the drawing you provided in here. You want notes?
Absolutely.
Are you actually, it's actually Unilock that you're using?
No, it's the other company. It's not called Unilock. It's always on TV. I forget the name offhand.
So the reason I say that, regardless of who it is, the major brands all have a spec that they're supposed to be following when this stuff is installed, with the amount of, if you're using any kind of pins in there, what you're backfilling behind it. I would suggest providing that and saying
Okay.
you're going to be, whoever you're having install is going to be following the specs of the manufacturer of that. So this way we have that in the file, and if it differs from that, we can, you know, it might cause you to have to come back here. So I'm
Okay,
saying, if you
that's the
have that
last
standard,
rule.
and you're like, you know your people are gonna be following that standard, you're gonna be following that standard, and we can approve, I'm totally comfortable with
Can
approving
you
this.
just have Mr. Lager write that also?
Yeah, of
Because
course, that's just the standards for the, we're talking about the construction of
Thank
the
you.
wall, so following the manufacturer standards, submitting them, and then making sure they follow that.
Okay, so with that to the board, then I'm gonna just, I'm gonna make a motion to accept the application for 176 Westlake Boulevard for the construction of 113, oh, sorry, on the drawing. I just wanna see the drawing one more time. Is this the 113, is this the 113 you wrote in?
113 lineal feet.
I understand that.
Yes.
Is that the number here, 11333? Or
Yes.
is that 11300?
113 even.
All right, do me a favor, because you're gonna put the 100-foot buffer on here,
Yes.
it says to me like 113 and change.
Oh, okay.
So you're gonna, basically, you're gonna go from here,
Right, from
100
here,
foot, you're gonna draw a line across, okay?
Okay.
Then what I'd like to do is from here to here, retaining wall, 113, make it a little bigger, that we know the
Okay.
distance of
I
it,
got you.
okay? Just to make it a little clearer,
Thank
okay?
you.
All right, so do I have a motion to accept the application for 176 Westlake Boulevard with the following conditions, that we get the information by Monday? Provide details of the construction, a job description of the work, show the 100-foot buffer on the plot plans, arrange for a wetland inspector to check the fence upon installation and upon removal, and provide standards for the construction of the wall, and show dimensions of wall to be replaced. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so
Thank you.
by Monday, C Rose, Tuesday the latest.
Okay.
Tuesday the latest, but Monday, we would prefer, keep it 8.5 by 11, she'll scan it over, and then she can advertise. All right?
If it's a letter, is this a permit or a letter?
Permit, it's
Got
right
it.
on the water. Thank you, sir. Okay, next, what do I do with that? Next item to borrow this? Next item is Messer Warren and Angela, 44 Sycamore Road, rebuild boathouse and dock. How you doing? Could you please state your name and who you're here to represent? I've
Good
seen you
evening.
before.
It's Bob Strome,
Hey, Bob.
represent Warren and Angela Mester.
Okay, you want to explain to us what you want to do?
Well, we got an application in for a permit. I was here 2 weeks ago with an application for a letter of permission to resurface the dock and repair the boathouse. Boathouse does require extensive repairs. We started to clean it up, and it looked pretty significant, so I spoke to Mike Carnazzer about whether he wanted us to pull a building permit or not. He did tell me that it's more than a couple of sheets of plywood, and he'd like us to pull a permit, and subsequently had referred us to the board.
I see some rot on that.
So we're here tonight with an application for the permit.
To do,
I still question, is it more practical for a letter of permission, since we're not, it's an existing building, existing dock, we're not changing the footprint at all. I had indicated right from the beginning with the Messners that you're on the lake, you cannot expand. You can't make it bigger, you can't change it.
let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Where's the new construction? I don't remember you guys coming before me for the new construction. You have new construction there. You're
Yep.
building a platform,
We
right
ha-
here in these pictures.
You're correct. You're correct.
So you never came before me for a permit on that?
Oh, I wasn't aware that we needed to.
Were you 100 foot from the lake?
That is, yes.
Yeah, so,
But this was a building permit that was issued. We're renovating the house right now.
I understand that.
Yeah, this
But
is-
But
This was,
But the problem I'm seeing is.
Probably
is
months
that
ago.
there is all new blue stone work there. There is all new walkway there, and there is a ground deck there that I do not have a permit on from you requesting to do that with 100 feet from the buffer. So we're gonna go with a full permit.
I'm,
And you're gonna include, what I'm gonna suggest you do is this. This permit application is incomplete, because it does not include all the work you've done already. Because we can do this one of two ways. I can ask the building inspector to go out there and issue a stop work order, or we can just give me the information I need that you've done already, and we'll do it, and then we'll start from ground zero. You
Okay.
make the decision, you make the call.
Bob, I'm fine with doing that. I have no problem doing that, and I have no problem going forward with a ECV permit. But that was a building permit that was legitimately issued
Which is fine.
months ago.
Right, which is fine.
If there was a problem with that, then the building department should have sent us to
Somebody should
you
have sent you
before
here
then.
because you worked within the 100-foot buffer.
The whole house is within the
I
100-foot
understand.
buffer.
Exactly. Exactly.
But you sound aggravated with me.
No, I'm not aggravated with you. I'm not, it's just my disposition.
Okay.
It's just
Sorry.
my disposition. This is my happy
You know,
voice.
this was I'm under the understanding, I'm working under a legitimate open building permit.
No, and I understand that, but how long is the boathouse?
It's 24 by 12,
Okay, so
if I'm not
let's just-
mistaken.
Let's just say for giggles that from this picture that we saw here.
Right.
That let's just say the closest part of the lake is here,
Oh, you're about right.
okay? So if I measure that from here, 100 feet back, that includes this,
Oh, yeah.
it includes this, and it includes some more of the house. The work on the house, I'm really not concerned about. It's now that you're putting in flower gardens, you're putting in a ground deck up top, which then means that you've created some impervious surfaces on the area, so then the water has to go somewhere, right?
That deck is replacing the original deck. That's not
That-
new.
That looks like
It's
brand
new
wood.
construction, it's new materials, but it's in place of the original deck.
I understand, but you
Okay.
still touched it within the buffer.
I agree.
Right, so it should have come here too.
All right, I wasn't aware of that.
Okay. So,
That doesn't look, this new decking doesn't, it looks like there's a bigger distance here than with the original deck on the site plan. Right, am I wrong on that?
The new
this deck
deck,
extend out further?
I mean, like,
no.
on this site plan here, it looks like there's a good distance between the deck and the patio,
well, that deck is 8 feet off of the ground, 9 feet off of the ground.
Yeah,
And that
okay,
picture's taken from
above it.
close to the building.
I get it, okay.
So the perspective
Yeah, that's
is kind of odd there.
funny. Got it.
But it was a 12-foot deck originally, and it's being, reconstructed as a 12-foot deck.
Understood.
Right.
Are you building the boathouse on the original footing?
Yes, and the original concrete is not going to be disturbed. We don't have to repair any of that. That's the only thing that's left there under the boathouse that's not compromised.
Have you torn down any of the boathouse since this picture?
I'm sorry?
Have you torn down any of the boathouse since this picture?
No, we have not.
The last meeting, I think
The
you
board,
wanted to.
the board did give us permission to take it down because of the danger of it coming down, because of the condition of it. However, the Messners are out of the country until Saturday, and I haven't been able, they were out of for the last 2 weeks. I haven't been able to confer with them as to my next step, and I need to get that from them as well.
So it sounds like what we need to add to this application is the
the-
replace of the deck
And the flower beds.
and if there's additional flower beds being constructed. Is that what
Looks
it's on?
brand new.
Which flower beds? Oh, and the bluestone.
Yeah,
Right,
the
right,
bluestone.
right, right.
It is brand new.
Yeah, so you're gonna have
Did
to.
that replace existing railings or stone?
There was, what we did was fix up the original stone wall that was caving in, and we just put bluestone cap on it.
That's all you did was put a cap on it?
I'm sorry?
You just put a cap on it?
No, we repaired,
So,
originally there was a stone wall
so
there,
you took the wall down?
and it was,
it
no, it
looks
just
like
had to
it's
be
still there.
repaired and stood up and
Stone.
repointed.
All right, so do me a favor. We'll shelve this.
We're just trying to do things in good faith here,
I know,
I'm not trying to hide anything
I'm not-
over
I'm
there.
not-
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just, had a long day myself. So this is what I think we should do, okay? I think you should amend the permit application
Okay.
to include the, I need some more details on the dock, what you're doing to the dock. Are you just replacing the top, or are you replacing the substructure? Are you replacing the substructure?
No.
Or are you just replacing
We're
the
just,
dock and con?
we're just
The de-
replacing
deck.
the decking itself.
Okay, because some of
And
the,
it's a composite now, and we're putting a composite on it, replacing it with AZAC.
okay, but because if I'm looking at this picture here, some of the border, the side pieces are, they look a little questionable. I just need to know how far down are you gonna go for the replacement? Are you gonna replace the substructure?
No.
Or you're just strictly doing the top?
We're strictly doing the top. What happened was with the high rain, with the high lake level, the whole thing floated up, and when it came back down, a lot of stuff poked through. I think you could see in that picture, there's where some of the posts that support it poked through it.
Right, but again, so
We're not replacing any of the substructure at all.
Okay, so in your application, mention no, replace decking only,
Right.
right? No substructure.
Yeah.
And then you have to add the bluestone and the deck work that you did.
Okay.
Is that work all completed? Except for
The deck
decking?
frame is completed.
And you're gonna have to
We're
reflect,
doing the Trex decking now.
you're gonna have to reflect the, what you're doing with that deck on your drawing.
Okay.
You're gonna have to show, you know, this deck is coming out, or is it staying the same? Did it come out?
It's exactly the same as it was before. It's
Okay.
12 foot out, the deck's 12 foot off of the house, the new one is 12
Okay,
foot
no
off of the
problem. And
house.
you have to show the 100-foot buffer on the drawing.
Okay. On the survey?
Yeah. You don't have any silt fence up, are you just gonna put a floating boom out for the,
We do have a silt fence in place right now.
A floating boom?
show the silt fence on your drawing, please?
Yep. The silt fence was put up when we started doing the house. That was primarily put up for the house.
I'm sure it was, but again, I didn't.
You
I wanna
haven't seen
see
it.
I'm like a doubting Thomas.
All right.
And you're not using any heavy equipment to do this work,
No.
right?
No.
Just add a note, no heavy equipment.
It's in there. The, has
thank
the
you.
wetlands inspector, been out to see the boom at all, Rich?
Well, we haven't put the boom in yet.
Oh, the boom's not in,
I-
okay.
I have to wait until the Messners are back and run everything by them.
Okay,
They've been out of the country for 2 weeks, and they really don't know what's going on right now with respect to the boathouse.
got it.
I expect them back Saturday. I plan on going over everything with them on Saturday.
Okay,
The boom itself is going to be a $2,800 expense for them, so it's not like I can just go out and, go ahead and say, here we go.
understood. One of the things that you do need to add, as well into, the plan that you have on here is, that the wetlands inspector needs to, review erosion control measures and the turbidity curtain after you install it.
Okay,
He comes, you give Rich a call, he comes out, make sure that it's installed properly.
okay,
And then at the end of the project, before you remove it from the water and before you remove any silt fencing, but after you've completed the project, you
Okay.
call him again, he makes sure the site looks fine, and then he
Okay.
says, you're all clear to pull that out.
so number 2 is have him come out and inspect. And number 14,
Exactly.
13 or 14?
14, you
Have
got
him
it.
come back out? Okay.
Right.
You got it.
All right.
All right, so if you get, I'm not gonna accept this because you have to modify the application. So
I'm
you're just
sorry?
gonna put in place in kind, replacement of existing boathouse and repair of existing dock due to age, storm damage. And you're gonna add on here, replace decking and substructure of existing deck adjacent to the house. And then you're gonna add in, the bluestone repair of existing
Okay.
flower beds and stuff like that.
Okay.
Now, let me ask you a question. You're telling me that the existing deck, the new deck, is replaced in kind,
Yeah?
the existing deck?
Yes, yeah. And it's been through the building department already and
Okay,
inspected and, yeah.
all right.
Is it completed?
It's not finished. Right now, the framing structure is up, and as of today, about I don't know, 50%, maybe 60, 70% of the decking is on, but the railings aren't on yet, but the structure is all in place.
Okay. All right, anybody have anything else? No. All right. Amend it.
Does this get posted now?
No.
Or am I back here in 2
You're
weeks?
back here in
to-
2 weeks.
To try again?
Yes.
When do we start this 30-day thing?
If you come in next week and in 2 weeks and you have everything,
Okay,
did you want to take a picture of my notes?
sure.
It could come in 2 weeks if you meet all those, and you have to amend your permit,
Okay,
all right?
all right.
I'm not trying to be difficult, but,
No, it's
I mean,
just-
you know, picture says 1,000 words, and,
It's just been frustrating because we should have been sent for a permit 2 weeks ago instead of a letter of permission instead. It just, my only concern is I'm gonna have,
you're gonna lose the structure.
I'm gonna have well, that's a whole other story. But we're gonna have 6 weeks of people where I can get back to the building department. And I don't know how long the building department's gonna take to issue a permit so that I can go ahead and, because I can't start the work on that when the UCB says I can. I gotta go back to the building department for that building permit to be issued.
Well, you can,
I just don't wanna end up in November and.
right, you can apply for the building department now, I mean, it should be
I am.
relatively,
Yeah.
you know, and then, you know, we can do this and that in parallel, and if you
That's-
get this first,
Okay.
then you say, you know, if you want, have Mike call me, and I'll tell him you came before us,
Yeah.
and this is what we're doing.
Yeah,
So
I'm
at
sure
least
he
I
is,
can
yeah.
tell him that, you know, you're here,
Yep,
and then he can go look at your building department permit.
okay.
Oftentimes, either they or us, the building or us, will grant the permit conditional on the other
Right.
one.
Oh,
So
okay.
when you get one at the same, you know, they're going
So
parallel,
it may go hand in hand.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not,
Oftentimes it
listen,
does.
we're the least of your problems, believe it or not.
I think you're right.
We're the least of your problems.
Well, we're trying to do everything right over there. I've done an enormous amount of projects on the lake, and, you know, I have
No,
the
you-
same concerns about the lakes, about the lake as you guys do.
No, and we appreciate that, and again, if I came across as an angry elf, I apologize.
Oh.
It's just that, it's my typical disposition most of these days lately. But,
Actually, it was good. It made me relax a little bit. I'm way too nervous in front of these things. We good
we're good,
for tonight?
yes.
I'll see you in 2 weeks, I guess.
See you in 2 weeks.
I'll get this into Rose.
Yeah, get it Monday, she'll get it out to me, and then,
Okay.
listen, because here's the thing, right? Bob, right?
Yes.
Can I call you Bob?
Absolutely.
You can call me Bob. See, here's the thing, it's, I would amend the, I would accept it and have you submit these documents, but this is a lot of stuff to do before Monday, right? I don't think you're gonna make Monday. Because Rose and I have had a conversation about,
that done by tomorrow.
you know, but I don't think it's, you still gotta get a building department permit,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
so get it in.
I'm still
2
5 or
weeks,
6
we're
weeks from
good.
being able to do.
You'll be done with us sooner than you know,
Okay.
all right?
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay. Next item is meeting minutes. The only one that can't vote on June 15th, 2023 is you, Mr. Anthony. So do I have a motion to accept the meeting minutes for June 15th, 2023?
I'll make that motion.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And now we can all vote on the next one. Do I have a motion to accept the meeting minutes for July 20th, 2023?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Just one note before we close out for today. Just to let everybody know, Nicole, who was with us for the last couple of years on the board, has tendered her resignation to the town due to other issues or life, whatever. But it's been a pleasure having her on the board. It was nice working with her. She always added good substance to the discussions we were having, and you know, we appreciate her effort and time here on the board. So with that, do I have a motion to close the meeting?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Have a good weekend, everybody.